Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ritual Flow. For today's reading, we're doing a monthly reading for December 2023 for the sign of Taurus. So if you are a Taurus sun, moon, rising, or any other placement that you're feeling called to take a look at today, then these messages are for you. This is a general reading though, so please take what resonates, leave what does not. Not every part of the message will resonate with everyone. Don't try to force something to fit if it's not matching your energy. This is also a timeless reading, so if you're seeing this at some point in time after December of 2023, that's just a good indicator that now is a more appropriate time that these messages will align with you. All right, let's get into it and see what is going on for you this month. Okay. Okay, so you've been in a sort of energy of feeling stagnant, feeling kind of stuck, like you're not really getting anywhere. You're not seeing a lot of movement and growth in your life, or that has been your experience. Or also maybe your experience of this period of time feels like sort of like a holding chamber, a healing chamber for you to have some realizations, have a period of growth so that you'll see some movement after this. There is this sort of energy of something sort of being hidden from you. There's been something that you've not been noticing, not been seeing, not been connecting with that sort of caused this like lull in movement in your life. And that's something that is changing for you, like something you've been missing. You're suddenly gaining a new perspective. It's going to be illuminated for you. You're connecting with deeper parts of yourself, connecting with your intuitive perception of things. It feels like prior to this month, you've really been like up in your head, like using more of your logical mind, trying to look at things practically and maybe ignoring or pushing away some of the deeper feelings that have been bubbling under the surface. And so when you're having this realization, it's like brushing up against this energy of like, I'm seeing these like rigid barriers that you've placed around yourself, like within your mind. And the deeper feelings are sort of like pushing against those surfaces. It can feel very intimidating, unsettling to you, like making you feel a little more vulnerable than you're used to feeling. And you're finding that a bit challenging during this time. And this is like ultimately a test of your faith, a test of your willingness to come to terms with all of the parts of yourself, not just those like external rational parts, but the parts that are also within your core. Learning to trust in that feels precarious is the first word that's coming through. It feels a little it's very unsettling. It's a very like new experience for you, a new feeling. But there is an opportunity to like overcome that challenge, overcome these barriers, and like better integrate the parts of yourself. It's like it's like the solution here is to take like some sort of physical external action based on not what your rational logical mind tells you, because that your ego can bring up like all of the worst case scenarios, and you can sort of talk yourself out of listening to those deeper feelings that you are experiencing like as an undercurrent, and there's an opportunity here for you to act on those feelings instead. And that's what's going to create some movement for you, bring things back into balance, and make the parts of yourself more cohesive, feel like they're working in conjunction, working together, rather than like opposing forces that are pulling you in two different directions. And this is going to open up a new opportunity for you. Like something that feels real and tangible, but that it originates from the feelings that you're having like deep within your heart. Okay, let's clarify some of these energies. Let's look at the Hanged Man first. There's something here about communication being very important. And this feels like there's two sides to this. That there's some sort of communication that you have received from someone that is causing this shift. It brings things, like a different perspective to things. It like shows you a different side of things that you weren't seeing, the way someone says something to you. And it's like there is a hesitation surrounding that. You may not respond to that right away, because you need to sort of like process it, be in this little incubation period, in order to determine how you want to respond, how you want to communicate, relating to that. Because if you had responded right away, you would have been speaking like from the ego, from like the external, like rational parts of yourself, and not connecting with your intuition. Yeah, this is like something this person said. It's like the perspective change it created for you, or like instigated, catalyzed for you. It made you feel a bit defensive, and perhaps like if you had responded right away, you might have like lashed out with some sort of like sarcastic remark or something that would come across as like insensitive to what was actually communicated to you. And rather than doing that, it's like you took a pause and have like gone within to reflect on what this person shared with you. And it's like from this process of looking at it in a different way, tapping into how it makes you feel once you get past that like initial like wave of like defensiveness, it's allowing you a new opportunity to choose a different path, to choose a different response. And it's a response that allows you to approach your life in a different way, one of like being in control of like creating, like not just reacting, but of like responding thoughtfully, like creatively, in a way that gives you the opportunity to like make a change in your life, like make something new out of something that feels like it's been there all along. Because like I said, it's like this person's communication like sort of like shifted the lens through which you were looking at this. And and initially it's like you haven't been seeing things through that lens, so it's like, well, if I am not going to respond like in a defensive, reactive sort of way, like how would I respond? And there's this energy of like creating a new avenue for yourself of like experiencing yourself, and then therefore also of like how you interact with this person and perhaps other people as well. Let's look at the High Priestess. Okay. So whatever this person said, it's causing you to reflect and see in a different light how you carry pain within your being, and how you've sort of let your like fear of being hurt control your actions. Yeah. And it's like it's showing you, it's almost like I'm seeing this sort of like this processing situation of like going through the like some moments in your life where you were hurt, or perhaps that you may have been hurtful to others in your reactiveness. And now you're looking at this in a different way. It's like you're seeing how the pain you've experienced is something you've been like internalizing, and your sort of like attachment to that pain, like your ownership of that pain, like hurt, heartbreak in some cases, is how it's affecting you and your emotional state and your interaction, like how you present yourself to the world. And like it's like particularly poignant in how you relate to other people. It's like it's almost this energy of like approaching people as like every person isn't like has an opportunity to hurt you, so you have to like keep up this defense. But it's like having this realization that mindset is based on what you've experienced in the past, and it's not fair to everyone that comes in contact with you to behave that way, because not every person that approaches you, that speaks to you, that comes into your life is like intending to hurt you or even going to. It's like opening yourself up to this possibility that there are some people who, genuinely have good intentions and want to like offer loving energy to you. And this is having this reflection, having this like realization about your own experience, your own behavior, is opening up this new avenue for a new emotional experience. Like I'm seeing like a heart opening energy, like a heart chakra healing sort of energy, like all of this all of your feelings have been locked inside this space in your body, and something about this interaction and your processing of it is like opening that up and like allowing space for feeling to flow again, to be felt and also expressed. Okay, let's look at the Nine of Wands. Yeah. It's those past disappointments, the past losses, grieving scenarios that didn't turn out the way that you had hoped or the way you had wanted, that is like blocking your ability to trust in the good aspects that are available in your life. Yeah. It's like you may even be still in a sort of situation that is contributing to this pain, contributing to this disappointment. And it's like your attachment to that, your like familiarity with like being hurt repeatedly, and that sort of being like a commonplace event in your life. It's made it hard to like see the other side of things, to see other opportunities, and it's made it hard to remove yourself from a situation that's like actively hurting you, and to move away from that toward an experience like filled with love, filled with positivity. It's like the this is an energy of like holding your cards close to your chest, like not speaking your truth, not being real with people, being inauthentic in some ways in order to protect your heart. And your challenge here is really to, remove that barrier, to allow this opening to occur, to allow yourself to move away from things that hurt you and towards things that feel good, that feel genuine, that feel like there's this possibility that you're not going to have like another repeating cycle of that experience of hurt and loss. Let's look at the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so, yeah, so what this work of like processing this interaction, processing your own feelings is like opening up to you. It's like there's this pathway that you have available. It requires you to sort of to trust blindly to a degree. It's like you have some sort of evidence from this interaction that there is like a positive side. There are like positive opportunities, that not everything ends in like loss and heartbreak and grief. And it's like you have to be willing to like do the work within yourself, to trust in that, to take a chance in that. And this goes directly back to you coming back to respond to this interaction and approaching it in a completely new idea, like way, with like a new mindset, like communicating more openly, more freely, dismantling some of that barrier that's like putting that wall up between your heart and your true feelings and how you express them. And I'm not going to lie and say that it won't feel scary, because it's something you're not used to. It's going to feel threatening in some way to your nervous system. Like you should pull back, like you should hold back as a means of protecting yourself. But you'll find that when you sort of like take this leap of faith and come forward with a different like method behind your communication, a different like perspective, and speaking from that it's going to feel very freeing. It's going to create this opening, create this sense of relief that ultimately, rather than making things more unstable, more like shaky and like up in the air, it's going to provide an opportunity for you to feel more grounded, to feel more stable. It's like I'm seeing like this image of like coming up to like a new plateau, like elevating yourself to like a new level. It's like it's almost like passing a level in a video game and like starting a new level. It's like you don't go back to the one you were before, the one you were on before, like after this. It's like you've reached a new point in your life when you allow yourself to trust enough to approach your communication from a different standpoint, as a result of what was communicated, and like the need to respond to that in some way. Let's look at justice. Okay. So yeah, and as a result of like going through this process and like trusting that you're going to have a different experience when you create a different experience for yourself by like communicating in a different way. It's like it's opening up this opportunity. Like by the end of the month, you're going to feel more comfortable withdrawing yourself emotionally from these past scenarios that you're clinging on to, or any present scenario that you're still involving yourself with or like allowing in your life that's causing you pain. And it's like it's inspiring to you to go interact with something that makes you feel differently, that allows your heart to be open, and for that to be like a like safe feeling experience. And that's going to, it creates that movement we were talking about earlier in your life. You've been stuck in this place because you've been like hunkered down, like in this like protection mode. And when you allow yourself to step outside of that comfort zone of sitting with your pain, it allows this experience of opening you up to the possibility of something better. Yeah, it's like ending that. It's like a major cycle ending in your life. Like totally, like it's almost like, I mean, words are magic. Like we call the making of them spelling for a reason. And it's like maybe or maybe not, this person like didn't realize the weight of the magic that their communication carried, but it's like you're feeling that now in like moving through this experience over the next month, and it's allowing you to end this cycle of stagnation in your life, and setting you up to experience something different from here on out. It's like bringing this back into balance, like integrating these parts of yourself, the logical mind and the intuitive mind. It's beginning a new cycle in your life. You're like deciding to choose something that feels better to you. Like choosing, excuse me, choosing to follow what's really in your heart rather than like what your mind is telling you to do for like safety reasons. You're learning that it can actually be a safer option to follow your heart, to trust in the good that you see and feel around you. Because that's what pulls you out of this space where you're just like sitting in a lot of like pain and hurt feelings. Okay, let's pull a couple of oracle cards and see if there's anything they would like to add. The authentic self. Yeah. This card came out for another reading earlier this week. I don't remember who. That may be another one of your main placements, perhaps. But yeah, there is this energy of, I mentioned here, like the way you've been expressing yourself from like this rational mind standpoint and like hiding the emotions away to protect yourself. It's created a type of communication that is it's like presenting one version of yourself externally and keeping all of like the soft squishy parts inside and where they're safe, but it's like no one is seeing the real you in that perspective. It's like keeping up those walls, like always having that mask on as a barrier between yourself and the rest of the world. And this is an opportunity to see the value in removing the masks that you wear. Overwhelm and plenty. Yeah, and it can feel very overwhelming. Like I said, it's not easy to trust in something that you're unfamiliar with, to choose a new path. It can feel very overwhelming. Even especially like if you've had your heart closed off for a very long time, just experiencing, allowing yourself to notice and take stock of the emotions that you've been carrying inside your body, inside your heart, that can be overwhelming alone. And then, the concept of letting that out, expressing it can be like a whole other level of overwhelm. But you're going to be finding that in doing this, it like opens up a whole new world for you, and it brings you to a place where you actually feel more abundant, like more prosperous, because you're seeing the movement in your life. You're seeing the positive in things. You're seeing how much better things can be. And wow, okay, I didn't even like look at this. I saw the compassion, and I'm thinking like, yeah, it's important to be compassionate with yourself. It's like you didn't build these walls around your heart for no reason. It's because you've had experiences that were painful, and that's a normal, like natural response to that. But at some point, in order for you to grow, in order for you to have a different, like more holistic and felt experience. Like, you have to have enough compassion for yourself to let your emotions be felt, be known, and be experienced and expressed. And there's this energy of like coming back home to the space within your heart. Like, this is the energy center in our body, is like housed in the heart, that integrates the physical and the spiritual. It's the, like, where like the body and the soul come together, and that's essentially where our home is, within our body. And this is something that this experience is bringing you like knowledge and understanding of, and it's allowing space for this great transformation within you, this like blossoming of your being. And that's what like opens you to this ability to trust, to take a leap of faith, to see what more you can find within yourself, and then therefore outside yourself as a reflection of that. And this is interesting. The fates came out. And what I'm getting from this is that like this whole experience that we've been discussing here, it was a fated experience, like a destined experience in a way, that if you hadn't been through all of the pain and sort of suffering that you've encountered up until this point, you wouldn't be able to have this like beautiful experience of growth and opening, of like reconnection with the most like beautiful internal parts of yourself. It's like, this is it's not clear what your relationship is to this person that like gave this communication that sort of like catalyzes this event for you. But it's like, this is something that like the two of you agreed upon before coming into this life, that like this person would be this catalyst for you and allow you this opportunity for your growth. This is very beautiful, and I'm very excited for you to go through this experience, and it's going to set you up for having a much better year next year than you've had in like as long as you can remember. That's not to say that every part of it will be like easy or anything. Growth is hard, and it can carry its own sort of frequency of pain, but it's like, growing pains are just that. They're just like signals that like things are moving again. Old things that are like stuck and stagnant and rigid are like, those boundaries are being dissolved, being like bent and reshaped into this new, like this newer, more enlightened, more complete and functional version of yourself. Okay, so if this reading resonated with you, give it a like, comment down below, share it with someone, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Thank you for letting me read for you today. If you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can see how to do that in the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you next time, Taurus. Bye.